We're back. It has been a little bit of time, but thankfully, it has not been that long. Just a few different things keeping myself and others busy for the time being, but we're working around that. To start off with, before we get into any proper business and RP stuff, just wish to say Happy Pride Month. I hope we are all enjoying ourselves, having a wonderful start. Having a wonderful start to this month. I got distracted because my background continues to stop and needs to loop. I need to click the loop option myself. It always does this, but it's fine. I do hope you're all having a wonderful start to your month, and that you are celebrating, if you are part of LGBT, that you are celebrating who you are and being proud of that. And if you aren't, then I do hope that you are supporting your friends who are, or even strangers who are, and making sure that the people that are involved are living in a safe place where they can be comfortable being who they are. Continuing on, though, this will be a stream a little bit different than how I've usually done these streams. Deciding to actually involve my appearance and get a bit more, how would you say, personally involved. Just to keep up that sort of appearance. And so, I don't think we should be wasting any more time before we... So then, it would be good that we get things moving. Just making sure that it's there. Pipe from Merciless Prawn, thank you. But I am currently looking to make some connections. I've got a little bit of a plan, but I think it's something that I might need a bit more information on before I enact anything, so we're going to talk with somebody who might some of those answers that I want. In all honesty, I have not really interacted with this person in the slightest. But this is the first time for everything. And besides, I don't really have the best connections with the other people that I would need to speak with this about. So this is my best option for the time being. I do have a quaint little setup going. Not as extravagant as some of the others that I've seen. Wonder if they're even home right now. Huh. A bit of empowerment. It doesn't seem like they're around at the moment, but that could easily be solved. Simple. Simple direct line of contact. It is convenient. And now I should just need to wait. Since my reputation does slightly precede me, I would think that me just simply stating that I am here would be a good enough incentive to join me. Quite the large map. That does pique my interest, but we'll take a look at that a bit later. Huh. Maybe that too. Things to put on the back burner now. We'll see. It is a handy little thing that they have here. Shame I wasn't able to get one myself. But that was my own fault, really. Error of hubris in dealing with more threatening foes. I definitely have that much experience in dealing with any moment now. I don't know where he could have gone. Perhaps into the nether. And maybe we just missed each other. Convenient little machine. Shame it isn't in use currently. Then again, maybe they're bought down. And that map simply isn't very updated. Hard to tell. Because they have a very simple yet effective setup here. I don't think I want to mess around with it too much. Especially since I don't know at all what it does. Come now, it isn't polite to keep someone waiting. At least I have this little one to keep me company. No name, strangely enough. A name tag. Might have a name, just don't want to put a tag on it. Who knows, really? Well, it's really no big deal to me if I want to wait around for this. But that sound does present me with an annoyance that I should deal with later. But there we go.
There you are.
Hello.
Hello, Cypher.
Yes, I believe we haven't really had the pleasure of properly introducing ourselves.
No, not properly, I say.
Yes, I have known about you for quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
For better or for worse, based on where I know about you from. But
Yes.
but I would say those
Yeah.
disagreements are in the past.
I never really had a disagreement with you. I was paid to do a job. That's it.
Well, I would say that makes our relationship even more fruitful.
And what is that? A relationship, of course.
Well, I have been told on many an occasion that you are a resourceful bit of hand for hire.
Can be.
Yes, and you have had some few dealings with the denizens of Undercity when it was still Undercity.
Yeah, I've heard that it fell apart.
Yes, I will say that I wasn't involved in that decision since I was, at the time, still imprisoned.
Yeah, yes.
But I was,
By the way, before you went to prison, did you ever visit your nether stronghold again?
well, I've been back there a few times since it
Ah,
was first discovered.
did you see my little present?
I'm not entirely sure I did. It has been a minute since I was there, and I've been keeping myself a bit focused on current tasks.
Fair enough. I think you would remember the overly complicated redstone I did over there. It was
Now
more
that,
of a message than anything, but
well, I don't entirely remember Redstone being there, but perhaps I'll make a stop on my way home. See
be
if I
careful.
missed it. But
Be
speaking
careful.
of current tasks, I was hoping that you might be able to supply a bit of information.
Information on what exactly?
You see, there was. I don't necessarily know if you were present for the trial that I was a part of.
Oh, I tend to stay away from the legal proceedings of this server.
That is understandable. I probably should have tried my best to do the same, but, well, we know how that ended up.
Yeah.
But there was a secondary trial that I was informed about just before I left. And it.
Yeah, someone came and talked to me about that as well, actually.
So would the name Fate Bringer perhaps ring any bells?
Oh, very much so. How do you know that name?
Well, when I did escape, I was a little out of the loop of sorts with a lot of different goings on. I was in there for a bit, so I took a brief stop by the Olympia, read a handy little captain's log, very informative, especially about the matter of said individual.
Hmm. Okay.
And you see, I wish to know more, especially since they were, in a way, so personally involved with myself, having been the one to burn my previous abode.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
I was wondering if you would happen to know anything about that little persona.
well, it's a lot more fun than the normal one that's around, if you would get my drift. I would prefer him bouncing around this server than that other one.
You would?
Yes.
Well, I think that our interests might align in that case.
Oh, well. When I was speaking to him at first, he did not know of a way to bring him out fully. Do you know of one?
Unfortunately not. I did speak with Fate Seeker, and they seemed adamant that they would be able to control him, even though evidence would display that that is not the case.
Yeah, I mean, clearly, I mean,
And
we had.
I would have approached misbehaving, but their log seems to indicate that they aren't entirely fond of Fatebringer. And so
Well,
trying to get information or intended results would most likely not have gone well with her.
I mean, there still are ways we could get information out of her.
That
I mean,
is,
those pesky little soul items that are still bouncing around the server. One holds hers, well, then one controls her fate.
that is true, but in all honesty, I wouldn't be surprised if She kept it on her person at all times.
That would be interesting.
But in regards to Fatebringer, I don't think she is entirely reliable, at least not as a willing compatriot. And trying to force anything with her would most likely not go very smoothly and would most likely result in Fate Seeker being informed of any goings on.
That is true. But what other plans do you have?
Well, there is the most simple one, which is the direct approach, which is a bit barbaric, but simply harass and annoy and anger Fate Seeker to a point where that could possibly happen, or Fatebringer might possibly come out if that is the case.
See, I'd rather not do that because in the event that it's not able to, me and Fate Seeker still have some sort of connection.
Yes, it is very much not a subtle and it is
No.
not rife with plausible deniability if it is discovered.
No.
I personally do not mind myself being discovered in this endeavor, since I am quite public in my desire for less than favorable outcomes.
And see, I'm more of the known as the neutral character. It's me. I'm completely neutral. I don't want to portray anything differently, if you get my drift.
Yes, I understand completely, and should this be a relationship that we're willing to further, I would make certain not to mention your name.
That would be nice.
I might be a bit of a devilish sort, but I can keep secrets. At least when they're related to other people.
That is good. So can I.
The other approach would be, in some way, gaining a bit of favor with, as much as I distastefully say this, with the gods, since they would have information about soul items and information more than likely about Fatebringer, since they are the ones that brought us here.
Yes. My whole concern is that the gods are the ones that gave us the soul items and want us to protect them. I don't think they will give us anyone's soul item or the location of any soul item.
And because of my rather public distaste for them, I doubt they would be willing to offer me any sort of solace.
I mean, haven't spoken with them a lot. I don't see them very often. I don't really have any repertoire with them, so I mean, I could try to ask them how to bring out Fate Seeker. I mean, Fate Seeker, but I don't. I don't know if they will give me the exact response I want.
So a lot of this plan relies on information that we don't yet have.
Exactly.
And
I mean,
I don't think that he would be in the know as to what exactly his item might be.
yes. I don't. And with the disbanding of Undercity, I highly doubt he's keeping it in the same spot. And I currently actually don't even know where he's staying.
Yes, that's something I'm not privy to either. Undercity seems all but abandoned.
Yes, I was there recently, and that's kind of how I figured out the news. Um, I mean, one way is if you do annoy Fate Seeker enough and bring out Fate Bringer to kind of chase you again, he might come back to me for help, and from there we might be able to use that to our advantage.
Have you interacted with Fatebringer?
Yes.
And you were compatriots in some sort of way?
In a way, he's the burning of your city and other things weren't entirely just him.
Yes, I think you did mention that, but in all honesty, I didn't entirely care for that place. I was more insulted about the lambs.
Eh.
I was probably at some point going to burn it anyways. But that does present an opportunity. If we're able to anger him to the point of switch, and the other personality views you favorably, that could act as a bit of a lure.
Yes. I mean, the and another way we could do it is if possibly making Fate Seeker believe it's another one of the people here and not you. It might be able to make us both in his favor and make it a little easier once we get Fate's Bringer out fully.
You're saying that you want me to gain a favorable relationship with Fatebringer or Fate Seeker?
To be honest, I'm kind of getting them confused at this point. But if we can trick them both into believing that there is another nuisance on this server, right? Somebody completely different, that maybe we could get him to turn to one or either or both of us, and we could, from that point, figure out how to keep that one together.
That could work, though I would say that at the moment, Fate Seeker and I are a bit tenuous in our relationship. I have made my desire for, well, I would not say desire, but I would make my interest. I have made my interest in Fatebringer somewhat known to him, which does pose a slight problem, but it was a bit of a spur of the moment interaction, and I was a little unstable at the time.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, there is already somebody going around putting around random signs, changing chests into barrels, stealing villagers, I've heard. We could always try to blame them, make Fate Bringer go after them, and using one of us. Because like you said, Fate Seeker already knows that you like Fate Bringer better. Fate Bringer would know that. He might go to one of us or either both to help us stop that other nuisance.
That is true. Perhaps I would say the most likely candidate for who this barrel bandit. I would most likely say Guy, since they've already made themselves a bit known to openly follow the trickster.
And Fate Seeker already has had some falling outs with Guy. I mean, it wouldn't be too hard of a stretch to make that happen again.
Yes, and recently they did even claim to summon a wither, which had quite a few of us a little nervous, and interested in what exactly guys' interests are.
I mean, summoning withers isn't something, as you can tell, that I'm
Hmm.
opposed to. But,
That is fair, but some of us do suspect that it was near the mountain, which could only really pose a danger.
yeah.
So
I mean,
it's a
it
bit.
is.
He still seems a bit loose cannon, which
I mean,
would make an easy target.
I mean, I have ways that I can summon more. I mean, do you think that potentially using his carelessness with his last wither against him would work?
Perhaps that, or simply trying to impose some more quote unquote pranks of our own and simply accredit them to the rightful party.
Yes. But that does impose that we need to find out where he lives first.
I believe I can serve that role.
Okay.
If you wish, I could escort you there now.
You know, that's not a bad idea. I mean, knowing where people is a good little bit of knowledge.
Yes, I found that to be quite useful as well once I had escaped. So, would you like me to guide you?
Sure, lead the way.
I will happily do as such. I must say, though, that this little meeting has gone a bit better than I expected. I was not
Really?
thinking I would find someone of like mind.
Yeah. Well,
Well, I do understand, though, that you are still attempting to keep favorable relations. This Fatebringer business, knowing that you are supportive of it, does make me a bit happy.
yes. Uh, like I said before, I rather, in case this does not go fully our way, having the positive relationship goes a long way.
That is very understandable. Keeping face while having, I guess, keeping face with a mask would be the right way to describe it.
And people knowing that I'm not exactly fully neutral to an aspect might give worry to my future payments, customers, if you will.
Yes, might damage your reputation.
Yes.
It's just we need to head in and then head back so that we can head up to the little ice road.
Ah, yes. Oh, well. I think we might have been
That will
seen.
actually be heading off the road. And you thought we were seen?
Yeah, well, I saw a prawn.
Oh, Ribbon. They're, well, they're interesting, but I don't think they're any worry right now.
No, I've actually don't think I've had an interaction with them yet.
I've had a couple. It is a bit of a walk, but should be essentially a straight line from here. I just need to hopefully remember the way that I was shown before. Yes, right here.
Oh,
Like I said, a bit of a walk, but
it's nothing.
it is quite sequestered off on its own. We just need to watch our step. Now, when I first came here, I was able to look around and find a few different little docks, but besides that, I wasn't able to fully locate an actual proper base of operations, I would say. But you can clearly see that there's evidence of someone.
Yes. It's probably an underground base.
That is most likely, but have not been able to find any entrance. Now, there is a bit more over this way. Further around this cliff face. And I see a portal as well.
Okay. Just exploring a little deeper, seeing if
Yes,
they potentially.
yes, of course. I think you're a bit more suited for underwater scouting than I am.
Yes.
Oh, you found something.
Nothing of importance, apparently.
I wouldn't say that. At least not in the room I'm standing in. Quite a lot of belongings.
Yeah.
A little sparsely sorted, but
I mean, common with fate to bring this style, but I don't think it is. In my
oh no,
opinion.
this is Guy's that I was escorting you to.
Ah, well. This is awkward. I forgot my pickaxe at home.
1 second, I have a trident that I can quickly hand you.
Yes, I was ready for more of a battle than building and digging. Actually, I see somebody.
Oh yes. I just handed you a trident.
Yes, and that does not bode well because it disappeared. Hold on. There's something this way. Let me bring this.
Oh, is
Might
there a
take me a little.
current?
Yes. Oh, that's a lot. Hold on. Do this the smart way. This is interesting. Hold on.
Oh, that trident might have gone a bit further than I hoped.
Yes, that's why I'm trying to dig.
Oh, no, I have it. I just realized.
Ah. Well, now.
But this could still be an interesting thing.
This very much is. This appears to be the starting of a automated sorter.
Quite a lot of empty chests at the moment.
Yes, and I think I'm going to go ahead and grab something.
Currently not in use, it would seem.
Like I said, the start of one, not necessarily finished. Oh, and look,
Beacon.
I believe, yeah.
Not currently activated.
No. Well, we've been found.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, it's
Hey.
you.
Hi.
Yes.
What are y'all doing here?
Uh,
I was simply letting Cajun know of where Guy's abode is. Being a mercenary for hire, it's good to know where everybody's situated.
So what do you
Exactly.
have to benefit for that?
Well, having a friendly relationship with a talented mercenary is always a good idea, I would say.
That's fair. I guess I can't argue with that. I just am close to Guy, so wouldn't want the worst to happen, you know. Just
no.
Oh
yeah.
no, not at all.
What?
We aren't
Yeah,
here with any ill will. Just
No.
simply quite curious at these many different contraptions.
gotcha. Yeah.
And also, Cajun did also fall into it. So
Well,
Yeah.
that being said, you know, you knowing about this place kind of was not all intended. It was the heat of the moment. So I would appreciate on Guy's behalf that y'all keep this to y'all's self.
Oh, yeah, no.
of
No one else
course,
would know about it. This
Just
is just for future reference.
because neither of us three have anything against Guy that I know of, at least.
No,
Um,
but I know Guy in the past has been questionable, so.
fair enough. But okay, all right, cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go about doing my thing.
of course, we'll be most likely
Right,
making our way out shortly.
Yes.
right. What you up to right now, Saif? Like, I mean, aside of this, what you up to?
Currently, just in the planning phase of a few things.
Oh yeah.
Nothing solid yet, but we're getting there.
Oh, all right. If you need a hand with anything or need resources, I can try and help you out.
I'll be
Huh.
sure to let you know if that ever comes up. I know where to find you.
Gotcha. Okie doke. Alrighty. Well, do you know where? Ah, there's this ender chest. What's he doing with all these chests? Do y'all know?
This
I do
appears to
not
be
know.
the start of a automated sorter. Kind of like
What
a
a
storage
nerd.
system. Hey now.
What a nerd, dude.
It
Why can't
pays to
people? Why
be.
can't people do the things the fun way anymore?
In fact, I've been contemplating building one of these myself recently as well.
Uh, well, I can't hate on it, but I can call you a nerd about it, I guess. All right. Well, I guess if he's doing this, he doesn't need any of my help. I thought I was gonna bring him some stuff. Y'all know how to get out of here? Just this little
Yeah.
tube?
Yeah, just head up
Yeah.
the waterfall.
Just come up the
Okay.
tube. I'll block it off and fix it once
Was
you're
it
up.
was it already blocked?
Well, kind of. It was dude.
I don't think it's an intentional method of travel.
No.
Gotcha.
No.
Okay. Well,
Honestly, I think
yeah.
it might also be a little cobblestone farm.
Right. Cool. All right. Well, I don't really have much going on other than I was gonna go say hey to Pi, but yeah.
The
Can I? Is
pie?
it cool? Yeah.
Who is Pie? I don't know if I've met them.
They're new.
Hmm.
And they live near Spawn.
There's quite a few different new people.
Yeah.
As of late,
Yeah.
the gods are bringing them in quite quickly.
Yeah, really quickly, making things interesting. Actually, I just remembered that they were expecting me, so I'm actually gonna go head out and do that. But y'all have a grand old time. Don't mess with Guy too bad.
Of course not. We are. We
Yeah,
we don't serve the tricksters, so we aren't
No.
exactly keen on pranks.
gotcha. Cool. Yeah. So, see ya.
Good day to you. This is a bit of a treasure trove.
Oh, yes.
Very tempt. Oh, I, I have some sticky fingers in other walks of life, and this is quite the temptation.
Yeah. There's a few of those I would like, but
But for the time being, I think better to leave little evidence.
yeah. Anyways, we could always come back and just use the oh, did you get hit? Yeah. You might not want to stand next to that. Uh,
Yes, we can use it, but using it is a bit more expensive than simply taking, which
yeah.
is a bit of my mindset. I do not know where this goes, but I am curious.
Eh, either way.
It looks to be right next to a bastion,
Yeah.
which is quite convenient. I'm not entirely sure this is a different base of operations, though.
No, I don't think it is.
Quite a long path, however. That comes to an abrupt end.
Hmm.
This could be an avenue of exploration, but we would just be blindly wandering.
Exactly.
It's entirely likely that this is where he's gone to retrieve those wither summoning materials, but
Probably.
it would be too much of a hassle to try and properly suss that out.
Yeah. Anyways, when we have materials of our own, it's not necessary to figure out where he get his.
Yes, and if you aren't too keen on using up your own, I do happen to know of a place where we can get some free supplies.
Ah,
Though, if we did, that would leave only a few suspects, myself included.
yeah. Well, this is interesting. Do you remember where that portal was?
It should be just back up that sort of step there.
Oh, yeah, back right here. Hold on. Change it back to this. Yeah. Yes.
But it is at least somewhat interesting discovery, nevertheless.
Yeah.
Are you able to see anything further down these stairs?
I believe that's just a mine, but we can always go check it out. Nothing too interesting there. Yeah, this just looked like a giant mine.
Yes.
Although last time, his last house, that's where he had a lot of hidden things in his mine. So
Or perhaps it could just be an escape.
either way, it's no consequence. Here, back up. I will get it. Don't worry. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, it's just a simple thing. But I will say that this little journey has not been fruitless.
No, knowing where this is and actually knowing it's near Bruh is actually a lot easier.
I don't believe it's actually near Bra. It is a bit of a distance, if I recall. Do you happen to know where Bra's abode is?
Yes, actually, I do.
That is convenient. For the time being, I think this was a good little trip. So, do you think it would be a suitable target?
To blame on, yeah.
Yes, a little scapegoat.
Yeah, this is easy. My only worry, see, is there's the two bed system here. I don't, and both of us not knowing where Fate Seeker currently abodes. This might pose a problem.
That is true. In all honesty, I could try to pose a bit of a stakeout, craft enough invisibility potions to drown a dog, and simply wait it out, but that would be a task.
Yeah, it is true. I mean, but like I said, I am in good standing with at least Fate Seeker. Well, not bruh. Guy, on the other hand, yeah, somewhat. I can always just swing by sometime and see.
Simply swing by and ask in casual conversation if he
Pretty
has a
much,
roommate.
yeah. Just kind of notice the two bed and see if he's, has that roommate.
This is not as though it is something hidden.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I do like exploring. There's no harm in that. So I can just say I randomly stumbled upon it in the nether when I was running around.
Trying to explore to set up another portal, maybe.
Yeah,
Because as we all know, the longer you stay in one place, the less resources that place has.
exactly. In fact, I've contemplated moving recently. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to stay in that little area you've found me in.
Well, if you do plan on doing that at some point soon, I would appreciate being informed so that I would still know where to find you in case things happen.
Well, that place will always be set up as sort of a way station to me. So, I mean, stop by there, leave a note, and you'll get in contact with me.
Of course. Now, I think the only question that remains is how do we get started?
Don't know. I think we need to do a little research first. Figure out if Fate Seeker's staying with Guy. If not, try to figure out where Fate Seeker is currently living, and from there possibly get some more information on Fate Bringer and try to see if we can't lure him out again.
That is fair. I think that would be something of an avenue of your skill set.
Yeah.
due to your relations, I think that I might possibly explore these newcomers. I don't know that much about really any of them, and depending on their little personalities, we might open up our options.
True. I mean, now, to be fair, the last time I did speak to Fatebringer, he was uncertain himself on how to stay that way. So we still need to try to figure out ways to make that change permanent.
Well, would you happen to know if Fatebringer is aware while not in control?
To a degree, he kind of knows what happens, but does not have control at all, and is not privileged to everything.
Well then, there could be a chance, and I'm not going to hold my breath here, but it could be possible if we bring him out that he might know where Fateseeker's item is,
Could be. Yeah.
and that could maybe shed some light.
Yeah. Potentially could use that to barter. Yeah. It sounds like there's a lot more research to be done.
Yes. So I think we can safely make our way back and go our separate ways. I will start. I'll start looking for those newcomers. I think I heard one's name was Frosk and another Pie. Don't know if
Yeah.
there's any others. I've been slightly out of the loop.
Yes, same as me. I've actually been away for a while.
But I will say that out of the ones that we do know, Guy would more than likely be the safest bet.
Yes, he would be.
Oh, there's a staircase here.
Oh, there's a staircase here.
A little easier than running around the side.
Eh. Is that one of the newcomers? I haven't seen that name in a while.
I think that's them.
Well,
It was Frosk, I believe.
uh, I do
I think I've seen their
have
name on a couple signs.
name tags if you want to use that for your introduction.
That could work. Make myself known and start off on a positive note.
Yes.
Start simple enough.
Yes.
The information should be effective. Unless they can't help me.
Yes, that is always the point.
Then again, I could always suggest a meeting on equally familiar ground, maybe back at the mountain.
Yeah, I was about to say back.
And also, that would suit my interests of meeting whoever Pie is, since Bruh did say they were near spawn. We could do that.
We could.
Have you already gone back to your hideout?
Yes.
Alright, I'll try my best to hurry back. Oh, there you are.
Yes.
I wasn't as far behind you as I thought.
Dang it.
Oh, right. My mistake. It's you need to head
One down.
downwards.
Yeah.
I always forget that when traveling through here.
Yeah. Where do they have that?
All down there.
Ah, I see it actually.
Always easy to sacrifice the ankles for quicker transport.
Exactly, and it's always with when you're geared, it's never too much of a sacrifice.
There we go. I do hope that my stream can hear me vigorously hitting the spacebar.
Yes, yes. At least I can.
That's why I use push to talk, so as not to annoy with background sound too much.
Yes.
Okay, yes, my stream can hear it. Yes, I must say that this was, honestly, I would say easier than I expected.
Yeah, I can actually say that as well.
I was fully willing to barter some diamonds or other such resources for information, but thankfully, with our interests aligned, I guess that wasn't necessary.
Not.
Then again, I'm not entirely sure that diamonds are something you're in short supply of.
Not fully. Think one name tag shall suffice.
It should. But yes, thank you for your business, and I will be sure to return at some point with any of the information I've gathered.
Oh, I will be gathering information on my own, and hopefully next time we meet, we can exchange that information.
Yes, and I will say that the time will come when I will find you. I would still like to
Yes.
keep my own personal location known to myself and myself only.
Fair enough, and like I said, I planned on moving, so both of us will have our own locations known to only ourselves, so it's fair.
Of course. Matter of convenience and all that.
Yes. Alrighty.
Yes, thank you for your time.
That's a
And
problem.
hopefully the rest of this plan goes just as smoothly.
Until next time, Cypher.
Until next time. Well then, I'll admit this was a bit of a shot in the dark, but it seems I have found, at the very least, a temporary ally. Not anything solid or permanent, but interests are aligning. At the very least. But we'll have to wait and see just how easily this goes. That is an interesting sight. Thankfully, those black bricks don't blow up so easily. As I've learned. They do with TNT, but not any fireballs. But that is definitely convenient for me. I would have hated to beg anybody for information and misbehaving. Well, we might not have the worst relationship anymore. It's definitely not the best. So it's not an avenue that I will be exploring all too readily. But with somebody like the Cajun, that's somebody like the Cajun close by, it should make things a little bit more easy. And at least it's convenient that they're not arrived yet. Helps me save a little bit of face. For the time being. And I need to lay yet another friendly part. I've been trying to do that. I've been trying to work relationships in a slightly better fashion lately. So that when reveals do happen, the rug pull is a bit more substantial than it was when I was still living there. Who even is taking over that place? It is, well, it could be whoever Pi is. They said they live near spawn, and a large area like that would be convenient for them to build on. I could explore around a little bit. Who knows, maybe they took over Pilot's old area, that little walled-off section. Could also be quite the convenient place to build a new abode. I'll say it is kind of them to Cajun to offer me a name tag. Of course, keeping the fact that I have some of my own secret is convenient for me as well. Though it's not exactly like they're any sort of powerful commodity. They're a mediocre bargaining tool at best. There's one portal from the roof. With those glowing lanterns around it. Though it is a little bit off the beaten path. I can stay patient for now. I can stay patient until they arrive here. I'm in a slightly better mood now that some things have come to enlighten me. I don't see any newsstand. Oh, what's here? Anything new here? Since that, what does it mean? Why is it everywhere so often? Huh. I didn't ask them if they would travel for me. services, but...
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hello there.
Sorry, I was simply catching up on a bit of news, but it is a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure meeting you too.
Yes, I believe your name was Frost, if the signs I've seen around aren't misguiding.
That's correct, yes. My name is Frosk.
Well, it is very nice to make your acquaintance, and I am sorry that it could not have happened sooner. I do live a bit of a distance.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been off on my own, trying to rebuild my village, so I've been out on my own for a while now.
That is understandable. It seems to be a bit of a trend for the people that newly joined is to find the furthest and safest place they can.
Basically, yeah. Alright, so I believe you have a name tag.
Yes, I have it right here handy for you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And I didn't want to leave you without anything, so I have these 2 emeralds here to give us a little bit more of a trade.
Oh, well, I would have happily given it to you freely, but I will also happily take any compensation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the name tag. I must now go finish the build that I was trying to finish here.
Of course, though, if I might ask, is there anybody, just as a bit of a thing, have you been mingling with any of the individuals? I know that people have spread out quite a bit, and it's a little difficult to, I would say, network.
Besides you and Bruh, I have not met any of my other fellow humans.
Oh, well, if you are associates with Bra, then that would make you an associate of mine. I've done a bit of business with them before, so that is
Perfect.
convenient.
Yes, and their wood is definitely of the highest quality.
Yes, they're quite good at, quite good for furniture, I've found.
Yes, very much. Alright, well, it was nice meeting your acquaintance, Cypher. I must now hit the road again, though.
Of course, I would not want to waste your time any more. You have things to do.
Absolutely. Alright, I will be talking with you sooner rather than later. And again, thank you so much.
Of course. I'm glad to make your acquaintance. Well, they're pleasant. Maybe a bit too pleasant. I wouldn't say that they're a suitable secondary option. They seem a bit, how would you say, a bit too friendly for the purposes of what I'm trying to do, for what we're trying to do. And also they're associates with Bra, and Bra's an associate with Guy. So, it does present a bit of a problem, and I'm also trying to keep whatever relationship I have with Brass at least somewhat intact. Just in the event of something happening, I do owe them a favor. In the meantime, though, I guess I can... Ah, but my emeralds aren't in this chest. I can always make more TNT. I just like to keep the emeralds at least a bit safe, in case I want to use them for any more books. But we should head over to Pilot's old abode. Give that a bit of a scouting, see if that's where this person is settled before heading to this other newly built area. Eggs laying about all over. But it is a bit strange that someone would build there. If anybody would be building there, it would be somebody new that doesn't know the reputation of the reputation that that place holds. And again, also a staircase right next to where people receive their items would be enticing as well. Which is why I'm giving this a bit of a scout out before I head over to the newly rebuilt area. But doesn't seem to be too different. Especially with that sign. That is old news. Yes, yes, all these fun little signs. I really should have burned them. This wasn't looted so thoroughly last I was here. I did let out this sheep, though, when I was here last, so that's on me. These fucking phantoms. Yes, I know that I lack sleep, and I don't care. I'm busy. So, kindly make yourself scarce, while I, myself, busy with what I needed to do. But now I guess we can check out whatever's been made in place of the old church. Could I really call it a church when it was made to be burned, made to be destroyed, made to be a lie? Don't know if I could really call it a proper holy place. Especially since I was the one that made it. I guess I can call it whatever I want since I was the one that made it. I guess I would call it a convoluted way to make charcoal, is how I would put it. Though it would seem that it isn't the case so much anymore. But let's make our way. God damn it. Ah, fuck off. Pests of creatures. God, that should have hit. Things are almost more annoying than skeletons. If they were more prolific in the world, they would be. But they don't always make themselves known, so they're slightly better in that regard. Now, let's make wrong thing to drop. Let's make another new acquaintance. We just get these damned skeletons out of my way, and other such creatures. Really coming out in droves tonight, aren't we? I'm in the middle of something. In the middle of something, kindly go away. At least the daytime's coming soon. Would you stop being an idiot and come down? These creatures are so simple-minded. Now where the hell's it gone? I do not have the time nor energy. Let's just knock on this door. Hello? Somebody home? See, you've made yourself quite comfortable. You've done quite a spectacular job of redecorating what once was this place, I must say. Can't for the life of me wonder why you would choose this place. Anybody? Would you happen to be Pi? I spoke briefly with Bruh, and they said somebody named Pi had situated themselves near spawn. And this is the only place I could really assume. No one? Doesn't seem like they're home, for the time being. And thankfully, it doesn't seem like Ribbon is either. It is a bit of a hassle to do my own searches to figure out what they're like, but I've pieced together things from less. I've also broken into people's buildings for less as well. So, let's see what exactly I can make of this place. Well, they kept fountains at least. That's an interesting choice. Indoor farming. Looks to be a basement that way. Pretty short trees. Possibly because of the roofing situation, but never you mind. Why in the world will they have this book? Some other books as well. That one's empty, so that's useless. Huh. Well then. Just a few last little checks. Well, besides the obvious thing, nothing too surprising. At least not on the first floor. Perhaps I shouldn't have knocked so loudly. Made my presence so easily known. But that is no issue for me. But I do think that there is somebody that I might need to have a conversation with. Because it would seem that Ollie might actually pose as an issue for me. Now, leaving. Just one annoying thing after the other, isn't it? But I'm not in too bad of a mood. Things can still go smoothly. Just so long as people don't attempt things that they shouldn't. Unfortunately, Ollie has done that, and I might fix that. I don't need to interfere with as long as they don't interfere with me. But if Ollie keeps interfering, that could be something that I do not want. It would seem that they might know a bit more about soul items than they at first naively seemed. And that will pose a problem, depending on a few things, because if Fatebringer is dependent on anything regarding the soul item, they could interfere. And if my things, if my plan works out, I don't want, and they can, if somehow they're able to reach out to somewhere beyond where soul items tether us to, that could pose a problem for me. Because that could mean they might be able to bring me back. At the behest of any god or other person that I piss off. Which I really don't want. So, Esther II, Finley, Gilligan, Scalcifer, I think... No. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. That happened with the Wither, and we know how that... We lost a decent amount of our things, and it hurt our... Shall we say... I don't really know how to say it, but it hurt our effectiveness. We'll go with that. For the time being, though, we need to work. Networking, and also trickery. So, Cajun and I work on that. I'll inform him at some point, give him a bit of time to work his own investigative tendencies, figure out anything that he can where Fate Seeker is residing, and some other scout guy. Then we set things in motion. Then we can put this into play. For now, though, I think I can rest. At least for a bit. Thank you, though, to those out of character that came by to view my little goings on. And I shall be seeing you on Monday, where I think that I might be doing something else. Oh, for fuck's sake, go away. Getting attacked by something insignificant, but that's fine. We can move on. Thank you for joining me. Good